Hi, everybody. This is the 2016 season finale of Road to the Show. As you can see, the Pirates and Giants clinched the wild card spots. I had a pretty good month there. I think I went like 17-9 in September, but it just wasn't enough. The Rockies sat me down a couple games and just didn't let me play, and we ended up losing those. You can see we're playing the Brewers. They're 51-108, and we've had a tough time against them this year. At least the Rockies have clinched a winning record. I think when I joined the Rockies, they were like 30-some games under 500. So this is the second to last game of the season, and I'm on the bench because I guess the Rockies want to play their young players. So you can see we're down 6-3 here in Game 2 after losing Game 1 to the awful Brewers. There's a home run, but it's not going to do much because we're still losing by 1 run here in the late innings. I'm hoping that I can get traded. I mean, I have to basically take their contract offer, whatever it is at the end of the season, because this is my rookie year. And if you're unfamiliar with baseball rules, a team controls a new player, a rookie, for the first 6 years of their career. The first 3 years, basically, the team can offer whatever salary they want. Then the following 3 years are arbitration years, where the player gets some nice raises, but they still have to kind of battle for their salaries and fight for their salaries. So here we are, the last game of the 2016 season in Road to the Show. I'm hoping for a win, but I mean, it doesn't really even matter. So maybe I'm just going to try to hit a couple dingers here. We'll get this game over with. We'll get into the 2016 off season, and we'll see what happens and see what they want to offer me for my contract. And I mean, I really hope I don't have to play on the Rockies because they are just so bad. They have nobody on this team. They traded everybody away, and oh, there we go. There's an error. So I had been playing pretty good recently in the field. I upped my reaction time pretty significantly with the training points, but right there I make another error, -7 points. So the terrible Milwaukee Brewers, which are the worst team in 2016 in this episode anyway, they're the worst team. There's a fly ball that I should be able to catch, and I'm going to put that one away. All right, moving on here. That was an easy play. And now it's time for me to get another at-bat. It's a 1-1 game, so it'd be nice to get another home run. I think I'm around 140-some homers on the season, something like that. And I was watching one of Dodger Film's videos, and he says that your stats actually reset after you hit 256 home runs, I think he said. So on your career stats page and on all the line scores and stuff, if you hit 300 home runs, it'll appear as maybe like 44 or something. That's kind of a weird glitch. Not really a big fan of that. I mean, I think he had some seasons where he hit like 300, 400 home runs because he plays his on easy mode also, just for the fun, because hitting home runs is pretty fun, especially when you're on an awful team like the team I'm on right now. We've got the lead here 2-1, and I'm hoping I don't make another error, so let's see what happens here. That one's gonna, I might be able to catch that. Of course, I completely missed it, and it's gonna get the whole way to the wall. Geraldo Pera, who's the last guy standing basically from the Rockies that's any good, he makes the play. And now we're looking at a 3-2 deficit here. It's, the third inning, and looking for a home run here, trying to get a 500-foot homer, and there it goes. Probably not 500 feet, but I guess we'll find out here in a second. That one's up there on the walkway. It's going to be close to 500. All right, 473 feet. We'll take that. Don't need to see the replay here. It's time for another adventure in the outfield featuring Road to the Show Eric Jabs. Let's see here. That one's going to be... I'm not going to get there. That's going to be a base hit. Man, the Brewers they have the Rockies' number in this game. 4-3. At least I can get some insurance runs here if I can get it out of the ballpark. Pitcher's holding it extra long. Come on, throw the pitch. Any day now. And that's gone. Straightaway center field. That's going to be over that whole section. It's 415 to straightaway center. and that one was over the whole section. So that one's definitely over 500 feet. Taylor Youngman is not too happy about that. By the way, I think I saw that he has like 20 some losses for the Brewers. That's just absurd. Yep, 515 feet. That might be my longest one here. I can't remember. I know I have a few over 500. 515 might be the longest I've ever hit. And now in what might be my final at-bat as a Colorado Rocky, if I refuse to sign with them, well, I guess I have to sign with them, basically. My final at-bat of the season, at least, I get intentionally walked. And now the Brewers have a chance to tie it up here. That's just the way it's been it's been so frustrating, like, all throughout September. The Rockies just give up so many runs. I think they gave up like 700 some runs or something like that this year, which is way more than anybody else. That's basically it. So the Rockies get the win. You can always tell based off the Jumbotron if they won or not. Game 7-5 game. Oh, and that was Jimmy Nelson that had like 21 losses, by the way. So I'm the player of the game in the final game of the season. I'm going to move on to the offseason here and see if I won the MVP award. I hit a ton of home runs, 148 home runs with a 725 batting average. So I led the league in home runs, hits, runs scored, and also RBIs. Let's see if I win the MVP award. So it says it looks like the season's over. Didn't win a playoff spot, but I did win the Rookie of the Year. So I guess that's something. That's a trophy in the case, but that's the only thing. Joey Votto won the Rookie of the Year. He hit 102 less home runs than I did and still won the Rookie of the Year with the Reds. The Reds are definitely not a playoff team, although they were okay in this road to the show. Batting title, Joe Panic. I didn't have enough at-bats. I think you need 3.1 at-bats per game, per team game played to qualify. And so that's it. I won Rookie of the Year. And here's the standings. The Blue Jays won the AL East, and the Rays and Yankees were wild cards. The Tigers won the AL Central. The Indians were way down there. Astros won the AL West. The Rangers finished last place. There you see the wild card standings again, Rays and Yankees. The NL East played out pretty true to what really happened in 2016. The NL Central, the Cardinals slipped off a bit and the Pirates moved in and took a wild card spot. And the NL West was also pretty true to how it played out in 2016 in real life. So the Giants and Padres are playing a wild card game. Looks like the Pirates got eliminated, though, because the Astros won the 2016 World Series over the San Francisco Giants. So I'm going to advance to the 2016 offseason. We'll take a look at the retired players. Well, the Rockies only lost one player because he was a poor free agent, but basically their entire roster is probably like age 19 to 23. There you see David Ortiz hung it up. Of course, he retired in real life. You probably know about that. Looks like who else went? Jason Grilli went. Ichiro Suzuki stepped down. Bartolo Colon finally retired. He's actually still playing. I think he's the oldest player in the major leagues right now. He's 44 years old. I think second oldest is Ichiro. He's 43. All right, Dickey's up there. He retired this year. He was 42. Here's kind of a surprising thing. Pedro Alvarez retires. Alvarez is actually still a free agent, and nobody really wants him. He can't field at all. He has the yips. He can't throw the ball. He still has a ton of power. Another surprise, Ian Desmond, didn't he sign a big contract this offseason for like, I want to say $80 million or something like that with the Rockies? Well, Road to the Show has him retiring. And we got some other guys here. Matt Lato, Sam LeCure, Michael Martinez is on there. These are just all your kind of minor role players that are being let go. Tony Sanchez, who was probably the biggest bust of a pick from the Pirates in at least the last 10 years. They took him 4th overall in, I want to say 2009 maybe, and he just never really did anything. You see Ichiro and David Ortiz made the Hall of Fame. In MLB The Show, they elect them right when they retire. In real life, they have to wait 5 years before getting in. So I'm negotiating for a salary. It's not going to be anything big because I'm still I mean, I'm a rookie, basically. I'm a less than 3-year service time. So, I mean, the fact that they're even wanting to negotiate a 4-year contract with me is pretty good here. So they're giving me 4 years at 11.2. I don't want to drag this negotiation out for a long part of the video, but now it's up to 11.6 for 4 years. Let's see what we can do. What's that? 11.9. So yeah, we'll take that. So $11.9 million contract for 4 years. I think that's pretty fair market value for somebody that's just hit 148 home runs. Hey, I've just gotten traded to the Blue Jays. So I am now off the Rockies, the worst team in this entire game because they traded everybody. And I'm on the Toronto Blue Jays. So I'm in a pretty stacked lineup with Donaldson and Russell Martin and Bautista and Encarnacion are free agents, but they might still be with them. Troy Tulowitzki. So I'm glad to be on the Toronto Blue Jays. It should be a really great 2017. I'm going to get right to playing some games and putting those up pretty soon on the channel. Thanks for watching, everybody.